This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. All right, tonight's topic, she said he's too sassy for me. If he said he's too sassy for me, then that would be a different topic, different show. So just so we're clear, she said he's too sassy for me. All right, so let's go with the standard dictionary definition. It means to be insolent, bold, chinky, sarcastic. But the new gen, they got a different definition for this. So let me say the new gen female population has a new definition for it. And I'm gonna first see what you guys know about it, what you think it is, and then we can compare notes, and then we can basically break this down and analyze it as we do. So fine. All right, people. Tonight we got 4 female representation so far. We got Patsy, we got Gina, and I'll let you know, well, you guys will let me know some other females pop in. So let's go to the ladies first, and then we'll get the guys' perspective. All right, Gina, let's go with you. What does, when a woman says a man is sassy, what does that mean?
That means that he has too many flamboyant traits to me.
Not
Meaning
that.
like, huh?
Go ahead. I was about to say not the
Oh,
saucy.
yeah. He just has like too many.
Santana.
Right. He just, you know, is I don't know, if the way you carry yourself, if you popping your neck a little bit too hard for me, if you know, if you say certain phrases like, girl, what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you talk like that, if you have a little, you know, it's flamboyant. It seems a little flamboyant. And nowadays, these guys, they're sassy and they want to be catered to. They want to be pick me dudes. So, yeah.
Okay, sounds like a whole bunch of different scenarios and different topics. I mean, excuse me, definitions for it. Because you said that they want to be catered to. That's a whole nother subject.
Right.
And Bert, before we get started, let me tell you, I purposely omitted that. I left that out of the definition, that saucy thing, because as soon as I read that, that's who I thought about. That saucy. What's his name? Montana.
Saucy Santana.
Saucy Santana. That's who I thought of, and I said, "Ooh, we can't." Nope. I purposely left that out of there. All right, let's go to Patsy. Patsy, when you hear a woman refer to a man as sassy, what does that mean to you? Or do you even know what that means?
Like, I've never heard, like I was telling you earlier, I've never heard of like women referring to men as being sassy. Because sometimes when I'm talking to different people and you know, they get as sarcastic as I do and just kind of like how we do sometimes when we're in the green room, we're popping back and forth. It's like, what are you talking about? You know, so to me, it's like, just, that's really not even a thing in my head. Like, men are too sassy. You are who you are, and your personality comes out the way it is. And I just define you as being you, you know, and you know, even though like some of the stuff that might come out coming as feminine, whereas there are guys that are not gay, but they have those. They don't care if someone sees them as being feminine. The way they talk it, it's like I'm okay with it. It's like whatever. It's like if a man is too sassy for you as a woman, it's like, well, don't deal with them.
Ooh.
You know, it's just leave it alone and go about your own business and deal with who you want to deal with. You know, sassy or not.
Okay. Well
Yeah.
said. Well said. Is there more ladies?
Kiana.
Duchess, what does that term mean to you, or have you ever used that when referring to a man?
No, I've never used it. That's new. I mean, I guess what it would mean, what I think that it means is that a man is acting too feminine, leaning more towards uh overly leaning almost towards but I don't even want to say gay because gay can be a straight gay man and there's then the ones who act like women. So yes, I don't know anyone in my realm who uses the word sassy towards a man.
Okay, but back up. I got it because you. It might be, son, that you purposely try to trip us up, but you said a straight man can be gay.
No, I said a gay man could be what would be considered hetero acting man. He doesn't necessarily have
Got
to
it.
be feminine. There's I mean there's a
Down low.
there's a array of how they are. The
Okay,
stereotypical what we think is gay is not necessarily every gay man.
got it. Got it. Just
Yeah.
want to be clear about that. All right, gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh Lord.
Let's get into it. Let's go to Bird first. Bird, have you ever heard a woman refer to a man as being sassy, or has a woman ever referred to you as being sassy?
Yeah. No, nobody's referred to me as being sassy, but I haven't heard the word sassy. I've heard saucy,
Mhm.
right? But I guess by saucy meaning like extra feminine or,
It's definitely
flamboyancy.
it's definitely a synonym for saucy is a synonym for sassy. Um, so all right, let's go to
That's why they call that dude Saucy Santana.
okay,
She saucy as shit.
welcome G Lacey. You want to jump right in there. So have you ever heard a woman refer to a man as being sassy, or have you ever been called sassy by a woman?
I haven't been personally called sassy by a woman, but I do see that a lot today on the internet. And every time somebody's doing something, somebody doesn't, well, a female doesn't like, it's really a female and LGBTQ thing. Those are the people that say somebody sassy.
Okay. All right, dude. Have you ever been called sassy, or have you heard a woman refer to a man as being sassy?
Now, it's funny that this is the topic tonight because I heard that last week because my daughter's a dancer and she was coming home from practice and some of her friends are gay. So they
Mm-hmm.
was talking about this straight dude and my daughter said that the straight dude said this to her and the guy was like he said it like that and the guy who was my daughter was talking to was gay. He's like, "Oh, that's kind of sassy." He said, "Oh, he is sassy." So when they got out the car, so when they got out the car, I asked my daughter, I said, "Was y'all trying to say that boy is kind of funny?" Whatever he said. No, we call people sassy that want to be gay, they like guys, but they trying to hold on like they like women and don't want nobody to know.
Down
That's how
low.
she, that's how she explained it to me. She said, but
So,
they said they'll some once in a while they'll have these like feminine traits that'll come out, but they'll try to hide that as well.
mm, mm, mm.
Mhm.
Sean, have you ever been called sassy, or have you ever heard a man be referred to as being sassy?
No, I've never been called sassy. And up until now is the first time that I heard the word used in this manner. My roots are from the South, so we use the word when sassy, meaning when a child was acting grown and was being fresh at the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a terminology that we used back then for a child is like he or she is sassy, meaning that they're flipped with the mouth. But this new terminology, no, I'm not aware of that.
And me neither, because I've heard of that. I mean, I've heard of it because I surf the net and I deal with young people. But I'm with you where I heard that growing up. Don't you sass me, boy, and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But now I always thought sassy was something different. Now again, I guess sassy, the word sass emanates from the word sassy. I don't know, but I never been referred to as being sassy. Now bold and probably sarcastic and insolent, yeah, stubborn, yeah, I've been called those things, but not that other S word. I'm not about to be that. So you're not about to call me words when I know the definition. All right, did we get everybody? Did I miss somebody?
Mr. Clearwater.
Mr. Clear, okay. Mr. Clearwater.
And Timmy's in the house too, so
Let me go to Robert and then we'll go to Timmy. Actually, let's go to Timmy first, Robert, and then we'll go to you. Timmy, have you ever been called sassy? And have you ever heard a man referred to as being sassy?
turn on your mic, Timmy.
All right, Robert, go with the first plan. Have you ever been called sassy, or have you heard a man referred to as being sassy?
I mean, I heard a man being referred to as sassy. Me myself, no. But let me just tell you this. Like Sean was saying earlier, from our upbringings, we know the term to be used this way. Stop sassing. Stop. That you're sassing with your mouth. You got a sassy ass mouth. Your boy, that likes to talk back and is mainly you say bold, I say disrespect. Um, with the men today that are dating women, because I have a daughter and she says this straight out her heart. Men today problem is if a female say something to them, they gotta come right back with something. And if they say something else to them, they come right back. They're arguing with women today like they're a bitch, she said. She said they will go in all the way. If you say you like this, they don't like that. If you call a dog a name, they're gonna do you one better and call the dog a harsher name. It's like they want to be the woman of today win all arguments.
All right, let me stop you right there. So, do you think that when a woman refers to a man as being sassy, it's an insult?
When a woman, yeah, it's because they're trying to tell them you're acting like a bitch. You're argumentative. Why argue with me like you're a woman holding this much energy with me? Why don't you go argue with a man and stop trying to sit here and go back and back and back and back and forth with me?
Okay, hold tight. Uh, Patsy, do you now that you okay, so let's be clear about this. Give you a little bit of definition. So this new gen definition for sassy refers to they're saying that that's the man is being feminine, like y'all was alluding to.
Yes.
That's basically what they're saying. So it's also, but let me tell you, because it's two part. Because not only are they saying that the man is being feminine, it's anytime the man disagrees with them that is labeled as being sassy. And I think it's important to know that because we got to dissect this new definition because it seems like it's dual, not just an individual. It's plural now at this point. So again, let me ask the ladies. So based upon what you know, when the woman is calling this new gen definition for sassy, and she's calling the man feminine, do you think that she's insulting this man's his she's questioning his masculinity? Gina? G, turn your mic on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Most females, I know I want a masculine, dominant man. And if you're acting like I don't know, if you're giving feminine energy, then I'm not going to be attracted to you.
But do you think it's an insult for a woman to refer to a man as being sassy when you know and the way that she's using it is to call him feminine?
I mean, it depends. I don't think it's disrespectful if that's the energy he's bringing.
Okay. Okay. See,
Yeah.
now, you know we don't bite out. Let me just go on and say this. These are the views of the participants, the attendees, and their views alone. They no way reflect the views of the platform. Now, that being said, guys, have at it. Just go ahead.
Well, I want to say it's like she's not calling him a bitch. She's not saying that he's no, she didn't.
Yeah,
She's
that's exactly what
saying
she's calling.
she's saying, but she okay,
aggressive.
maybe
Right.
she's saying it saying like you're being feminine, but she's not disrespecting by saying the actual word, oh, you're being a bitch or you're acting this way.
It's a
Saying you're
polite
being
way of calling him a bitch.
exactly. You're being a little sassy. That doesn't seem that disrespectful if that's the type of energy he's bringing.
See, I beg to differ, beloved, because I don't think there is no way you can call a man feminine.
That's right. You can intelligently insult a person, they don't even know they're being insulted because you're talking to them intelligently.
I don't think, but again, let me say this again.
There's going to be a lot of unmarried new generation women out here. They won't ever have a future with a man because they want to be too much like a man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem out
I
here.
can agree with that.
Well,
too.
I feel like the roles are switching. Women want to be
that's what society wants.
too much like men, and men want to be too much like women.
All right, hold tight.
Well, you can't. You only talking about the gay men that's trying to be the ones who's trying to.
We're talking about the both.
You're talking about men that
that.
dresses up and trying to push a woman out the box and say that they all more woman than a woman. That's who you talking about. That's those type of dudes.
Not
Actually,
really.
They're not.
Not really. They talk about straight men that try to carry the same energy that a female's supposed to be carrying alone. They're straight men.
He's narcissistic.
They're straight men. They're straight men.
He's narcissistic.
They're straight men that smoke a lot of this marijuana that's turning them feminine.
Oh, the estrogen.
And
it's in their food too.
It's in your food, in your
drink. You right,
Reggie.
That is the main thing.
But this is
cool.
If you know this as a straight man and a straight woman, then bypass that marijuana and those foods. Don't talk about it in this
and testosterone in women. Women are getting more testosterone from the loud.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I was about to say they're spraying it in the air. You can't bypass it.
Well, go on.
Hold on, guys.
It's gonna be an excuse for everything.
Hold on, guys.
They spraying shit in the air, huh?
Hold on. Let's be fair.
That means everybody should be turning feminine if they're spraying the shit in the goddamn air.
All right, hold on. Let me just be fair about this because I said I was gonna ask the lady. So let me ask Patsy the same question I asked Gina. Then I'm gonna come to the dudes. Patsy, do you think that it's an insult when you call a man feminine? Sassy?
I think it depends on the conversation you're having with that person and that relationship. But in general, if you're not like that close to that person, you say it could be insulting depending on the person you're talking to. And how the conversation is going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah.
So, dude, if a woman called you sassy, would you take that as an insult?
Yes, I would.
Oh, damn.
Yes, I
Reason
would.
being? Reason
Yep,
being?
because I don't like to argue, and if I say something, I say something. That's what it is, you know. And that's how it got to be. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying you ain't got a valid point on what you got to say, but it shouldn't. Why call me sassy? Because we're having a debate.
Ooh. Sean, if a woman calls you sassy, do you consider that as an insult?
Very much so, because she's not talking to me. There's nothing I'm going to ever give her that's going to give her that vibe to even be able to phrase, to form those words to come out of her mouth towards me.
Okay.
And I don't even think that's the word
Can
an
I just
older
say
woman would
something?
use.
A non sassy
Right, that's what I'm
male,
thinking too.
Hold on, guys.
a male that someone says that to them. If a female says, "Oh, you're being sassy," an alpha male is gonna brush that off.
Not even
You're crazy. An
not
alpha
just
male's gonna bite your head off.
Yeah,
No,
he
You don't know
might
what an
punch
alpha
that
male
dude.
is.
a alpha
He
male is
might
You
gonna
punch
don't know
say
what
what
an
he
alpha
has to
male is.
say and don't
he might
entertain.
put
A
hands
alpha
on
male
that
is
dude.
a
Can
alpha
I
male will
tell
say
you
what he
something,
has
hold
to
on,
Gina?
say.
let her finish. Let her finish.
I agree with her.
Let
A
her finish
alpha
though.
male is gonna say what he has to say, and that's it.
Nope.
And
What
if she
she really
by
did,
by what he says, she's gonna do nothing, have nothing to do but respect it. You know what I'm
what
saying?
she's trying to say, if it's not who you are, this woman can
Nope.
call you a gumdrop. You know damn
Exactly.
well
Nope.
you ain't that. Why respond?
Nope.
All right,
You have
Exactly.
That's the
control.
alpha.
You must
The
let's
Gonna
go.
alpha
address that.
stands
Listen, you
up.
have control. Well, then you
Nope.
guys, this is why they say you're sassy. Because
Thank
little
you.
shit like that offends you. If they
Alpha
Exactly.
can
men are in
penetrate,
control.
if
You
somebody can
can't call. You can't
penetrate,
take control and call me something I ain't,
listen, if
because
someone
you
can
ain't no alpha then.
penetrate,
Well,
So somebody gonna
Nope.
call you a liar. You know that you ain't
and you know
lying. You're
you
gonna
ain't a
sit there
liar.
and
Being
entertain it.
Thank
sassy
you.
and being a liar, that's not even a good
So
comparison.
this
Not
is
even a good analogy.
You can call me a
regardless.
liar all day, and I will
I'm
brush
gonna
that
let you
away.
finish.
But she's
But you
not
I'm
ain't gonna
still
saying
gonna
that
say
you're
subtly,
this.
gay. But
you
I'm
she's
ain't
not
not
gonna
gonna
saying that
say
you're
subtly
it.
call
gay.
me
don't
a
be a liar.
bitch. You acting
Okay.
like a bitch. You ain't said it,
Listen,
but you said it. You don't
I'm
get to
pretty
talk to an
No,
sure.
alpha that way. No
I'm
way,
pretty
Jose.
sure once out of your life, someone called you a bitch or said you act like a bitch.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Now, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go
Mm-hmm.
on and say this.
And
I'm
and
going
a
to say
bitch
this.
is a fighting
I'm
word.
I'm going
And
to
if your
say
It
girl
this.
is,
called you
but
a
she didn't
bitch,
say that to you.
If
She
it
said
you
she
doesn't
don't.
said
fit,
that
you
was a
If,
must
little
be
if,
quit.
sassy.
If your
That's
girl
that's
call
pretty
you
much
that, you can
Listen,
equivalent to a
slap her
male
across the
thing.
y'all got it
floor.
all fucked up there.
All
Y'all
right.
better
You can
start
you
slap
figuring
mean
her
out what
tell
across the
men
me
need.
floor.
Hold
Just
on.
to
We
call
got
me a
one
bitch.
mic, one at a time, one at a
this
time.
is why men are soft today because they're too hard
Now
Hold
and they're
on.
listen,
insecure.
when you call a
They're
man
too hard
sassy,
and they're
when
insecure. This is
when
what
you
the
call a
problem
man
is.
Sassy, you're saying that's a little bitches.
That's
Right.
Yep.
not what he
And I'm
no.
telling you,
Because then why don't
That's
you
Yes.
what
say
it is.
bitches?
Just
Why don't
because you
you
didn't call him a bitch
so
don't
let
mean
me
that
ask you
that's
a
not what that
question.
It's
means.
a polite way
Why
of
why
calling
she
them
just
that.
didn't call you a straight out bitch instead of saying sassy
No,
then?
it's a
Because
polite
women
way.
can be
It's
You
not
treating
corny
it
as
like
you're not calling
she
them,
called
but
you a
you
bitch. You already
You
treating it like
did.
she
pretty
called you a
much,
bitch.
it's pretty
So
much,
what's
It's
the difference?
passive aggressive.
pretty
It's a
much.
passive aggressive term.
There's a
So
different
you
way of
didn't
calling a
say I'm
woman
a
a hoe.
bitch, but by calling
Right.
me a sassy, right? You call a woman loose. You acting loose, or you
no,
acting
but
like a
see, that's
stunt.
what I'm about to tell y'all.
or
Come
you
on, man.
You
Y'all
fucking
got
guys,
it fucked
pudgy.
up.
guys can call women
Just
any
because we
old
didn't
type
call
of
her a hoe
shit.
didn't mean
But
we
when a
didn't say
woman
she was a
calls you
hoe.
something, your whole world ends
it's
and you want to pee
implied.
on her.
It's what's
Let me
implied.
say
Because
this.
it's implied.
No one has ever none of you men on this panel have never said that nobody has ever called you sassy, right?
No, not me.
Um,
Not me.
everybody said
Correct.
no where a sassy is concerned, and they
Not me, but
Okay.
I've been called a bitch straight out,
see.
and that
And that's
that
what I'm
handled.
trying to tell
Yeah,
you.
I've been called
Shit
that
And a
before,
gets
lot
but
of
if
people
it
handled
don't
though.
lie and
doesn't
say
fit,
they
you
never
must
was
have
called
quit.
a bitch.
Let me
You
I
ain't
tell
can
you,
gonna
guarantee
keep
there'll be
calling me a
about
bitch.
4 dudes on here that try to protect their
Gina,
damn identity
Gina.
and
Yes.
said no woman never
Let me
called them a bitch.
let me bring it back to what we talk about, darlings.
I'm sorry.
This is what it comes. No, you're not. You don't need to apologize. I'm saying I bring them back as ruffle some feathers. But let me tell you why. It's implied. You don't have to when you call a man sassy, that is the same thing as calling him a bitch.
Yes, it
That's
is.
So
it's
but
Because you
implied.
didn't
what
say
I
it
was
was a
trying to
bitch.
say what I was trying to say is no one on this panel, no female have ever called you guys sassy. So clearly you're alphas, and clearly.
That don't
I
necessarily
mean, I've
have to
been
be an
called a
alpha.
bitch.
You
Straight out.
don't have to be an alpha. It's just the fact that you are a male that makes you, it ruffles your feathers to be referred to as that. Especially if you was a member of the latchkey generation, our generation, like Bird said, those words and those implied
Right.
words are fighting words.
And to a
Right.
man, my
But
bad,
let
Gabe.
me
To a
say
man,
something. But okay, let me just say this because
You call me a bitch as a man, you better
my
be ready
mind
to
just
fight.
goes. My mind, if a man called me a bitch, right? And I know that I'm not a bitch, but if a man comes out his mouth and disrespects me and call me a bitch, I'm gonna laugh and walk away.
But
I'm
can I
not
ask you
gonna
a
feel.
question?
I'm not gonna feel no
You
type
ain't
of
a
way
man to know
towards
what
it.
that feels like. That's a
I'm
fighting
a
word.
female. I know what it feels like.
It ain't working.
But you know what, You know what, Gina? And then I'm gonna let Duke take the floor. You know why, Gina, too? Because these days, when you refer to some women, and they do it to one another, when they call each other,
But it's different.
it's a badge of honor.
No,
the
it's
fuck it's
different.
not.
Of endearment.
That's my
different.
girl.
Bullshit.
That's like
It's
that's
different.
my girl.
It's
Instead of,
different.
like when we call
No,
when we
no,
say
no,
to our
No
dude,
dude
that's
or
my
no
It's
chick can
nigga.
call me a bitch.
That's
Order
my
in the
bitch.
court.
That's what
It's
they.
different.
That's what
It's
it's like to
different.
them.
I call my girlfriends. I be like, bitch, or it's different from the girl. For in my family or my life, like
I think it's a
And you see how you
generational
said
thing.
it.
I call my sister, I'm bitch. I'm like, bitch, you know what he did? Or
It's
I
like
say
the
that's
word
my
nigga.
friend.
But Gina, you see how
Right,
you
exactly.
saying it.
Hold
You're
on.
not saying it
That's generational.
aggressively.
Hold on.
In context, right?
Hold on.
But let a woman call another woman a cunt. Like, I've seen white women, that's fight words, cunt.
Because that's the
They can
worst
call each
word
other,
you can call a woman.
right. They can
Posting
call
cunt.
each other bitches and hoes, but
No, we
you call a
can't.
woman a cunt,
But
you better
my
No,
be
we
point
ready to
can't.
fight.
is, my
No, we
point is,
can't.
if it don't apply to
Let it
you,
Let
fly.
it fly.
let it
There you
fly.
go.
I don't
I
care.
try to tell
You
them.
don't call me out my name, and if you
In the
don't know
man's
me, then you
world,
don't talk to me.
this is a man's world, though. In a man's world, a bitch, you better be ready to fight. If I called anybody a bitch, I'm ready to fight. I'm calling you a bitch because I want to fight.
That's what it is.
I want to pressure you
That
to fight. So that
bird,
bitch
that is
word,
just what it is. That
and
is
I've
just
seen
what
white
it is.
boys, they fight over the word punk. And I've seen some nasty drag out shit, and I couldn't understand. He was like, oh, you're a fucking punk. And I mean, I've
And they
seen one of the
got to
nastiest
fighting.
fights ever. And I was like, damn, you just called him a punk. We
Punk,
use
right.
punk
Because
loosely.
Because you know
Bird
what?
and
That's the same thing as like
Sassy.
somebody called you a bitch, you fighting over them.
Yes.
So if they get a white guy gets called a punk, he
Mean
You
fighting
as
better
because
be
it's
ready to
almost
fight that
like
white guy
saying
because he gonna
So
stand
you're a
tall.
bitch.
hey, you're
somebody
feminine.
call you sassy. What happens when somebody call you or say that something
It's the
that you
same
did was
thing in the
sassy?
guy's head. It's like me
Really? Okay.
calling them a bitch.
Hold on.
I mean, I would
Let me
say
bring
now a
dude back
woman
in
that's gonna
here.
call me out like that won't be my woman for long.
Let me bring
Because I
And
don't
dude
that's
need a
back
big
in.
mouth.
unfortunate.
Hold on,
I
guys.
don't
Let's
need a
let
big mouth woman in my life right now. I had one, had a couple. I have no room for no more big mouth, disrespectful ass fucking women. So if she felt
Yep.
she could call me sassy or bitch or whatever, good luck in your life. Have a nice one. I'm out.
dude.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
hear
Hold
you.
how
Point
all
period.
men should
You
feel.
don't get a second time to talk to me like that. I
on.
mean,
Right.
Dude, go
There
on.
be a
Say what
lot
you was
of
about to
lonely
say.
motherfuckers if
Hold on,
everybody
Timmy.
did that shit.
Hold on, Timmy. Let dude. He been waiting. Go ahead, dude. Say what
No,
you.
the reason why I say it's important because especially a man's word in his house is important. So if he's saying something in someone of his household, because by the contents of it, it was like if you said to a man, I don't know if it's a boyfriend, man, girlfriend, however, but if you say to a man, you're being sassy, hold on, I'm I'm the alpha head of this house, like I'm supposed to be, and you walking around
you don't
thinking
get to talk to me
sassy.
that way.
I'm sassy. That means you ain't got no order in your house. You ain't
No
got no order.
respect.
And she ain't got no respect for you.
Exactly.
And
Well,
vice versa. If
what
this
about if
man
it
is,
was
if
said?
this,
that
What?
comes
Okay,
back to
so
you need
just
to
give me an example of your because you're saying in your household. So your woman telling you that you did something sassy that you would say this because I'd be like, I could be like, oh babe, that was a little sassy. You know what I'm saying? And it's not really like it's not
you're joking. So yeah, it's
right.
acceptable.
No,
Okay.
like you said, it depends on the content of
That's
it.
what I just told her earlier.
Yeah,
How you
that's what
say
I was
stuff.
saying earlier. Depending on
That's what I'm
who
trying
you're
to tell you
talking
guys.
to and how you come out with it, you know?
That's right.
So,
But I mean, these young boys out here, yes, they wearing the skinny jeans. They want to look like, they want to wear women's clothes and shit. Then
no,
that's
I'm not
sexy to
saying
me.
that's sassy.
But that's
these
generational.
dudes these dudes want to be taken out on dates. These dudes,
Soft guy.
See,
you
see,
want
these dudes, listen, this
I
is
think
coming
it
from
went
somebody
from
that's about to be 37 years old,
The
that's
soft guy
single
era.
by choice, and just I have a short fuse for certain things. These dudes nowadays in the dating pool want to be taken out, they want to be wined and dined, they want to be the female in that aspect.
That
That's
doesn't
what
mean
they
they want
want
to be with
nowadays.
you.
I
the
say so. Hold on.
female
Can I
wants to
say
be the
something?
man.
Can I just say one
There ain't
thing?
nothing wrong with a
It's
dude
nice
that
because many
wants
women
to
don't give
and
up
take
nothing.
them out.
Hey,
It
Tim.
go both ways.
See,
It
this
goes
is
both
the
ways.
problem. This is why our people should mind our business. Because you know why? Because in the 60s, we had the best marriages, the best families, we had the best everything. And them white folks over there, once we mixed with them white folks, and then they started their women's movement, they went and took our black women and say, listen, we're not being treated fairly. And our black women like, hold on, that ain't happening to us. The white women,
Eugenics and the feminist
white
movement.
Yep, the white women convinced our black women that our men were bad for them, and that's why our families went to shit. And now that
Welfare
this
did
is
that.
going on, this is what this society created: soft ass guys, soft guys, soft guys. We're supposed to let everybody. Oh no, they spend more time in the bathroom than you do.
Right.
So that's why we should mind our business with them and deal with our own business and leave them alone. They're not using us no more because that really ruined us. That feminine move ruined us. We had great families before that.
They got guys out here that don't even know how to change a flat tire. Like, ew.
Hold on. Let me actually let's stick to that because you keep coming back to this part about what the dude is doing and that could be considered
That's a
sassy.
woman's thing now, goddamn it.
It sure is,
All right,
because
let
I
me
know how to
ask
Women
change
want to
one.
be so masculine. Go
Let me
change
ask
a
you.
No,
flat
it's
tire.
not that.
Right.
No. It's not that we want to be masculine. It's that we're forced to be masculine. Because if I'm dating you and I have a flat tire, you can't help me. There's a problem.
Okay, but stop
Gina,
right
you
there.
know
I don't
what
give
the
a
dude
shit. Any
do?
man that can't change a flat tire is a clown.
You know what the dude
Prove that shit.
Call AAA.
Hey,
Hold
let
on,
me ask you. Let's stay
Hold
right
on. You
there.
got a spare tire in your car. You gonna call your dude to come all the way there when you know
Timmy,
how
let
to
me just tell
push
you
a
what
tire?
happened.
Absolutely.
Let me
Yep.
tell you what
Get the
happened.
hell
The
out of
dude.
here.
Tell me to
I'm
fix
gonna
your
call
tire,
my
baby. Hold
Oh
on.
gosh,
No,
forget it. I'll
no,
wait.
she's right about that. She's right
They
about
ain't call my
that.
call
name when
my
I can talk.
I wouldn't
man.
mind if
Yes.
I wouldn't mind if my wife or my daughter did that too. Even if they could do
On
it,
my
I would
way.
call me and let me. I'm on my way.
All
I
right,
would
so
do that.
stop right
Even if
there.
they can do it.
Stop
Yeah,
right
but
there.
it ain't nothing wrong with it though.
Timmy,
Because
stop right there. Let me
Can
ask
I
you this
say
question.
something?
Can
I
I ask?
wanted to be able to address what Gina said. Everybody just shouting back and forth. Take control of your show and call names so it can be fair. Now, this is what I want to say. Y'all guys are all saying this and this and this, and that's from your point of view. Yes, okay, that's fine. But let's talk about the real. There's men in the car with their women that's sitting up there trying to be more prettier than that girl while she's
And the
out
woman's
changing the
pumping her
tire.
own gas.
She's doing her gas, she's changing her tire, she's doing it
well,
all. And he's sitting in the car like he
she's
is
wearing the
better
fucking
than
pants, so to
shit.
say.
All right, so stay right there. Everybody,
She's wearing
pause.
the fucking pants then.
Timmy,
You don't have to be
hold
wearing
on.
the pants. She's doing what everyone else's mother taught them.
Hey
Don't
guys, we're gonna
depend
make
on a man or a woman for nothing. If you can get it done, get it done.
So listen
I'm
to
These
me.
right.
women are
That's
telling you what
true.
to look for, and they single themselves. I don't want to buy that. And I
All right,
don't buy
just
that ticket
everybody
either.
pause for 1 second. Pause. I want to get this question in. All right. So let's go back to this whole pumping gas and changing tires and all this other stuff. Let's say changing the oil and stuff like that. Let me ask you this question.
That's some sexy shit.
Timmy,
Watching
let
a
me
woman
ask the
do
question. Let me ask the question. Kiana, you still with us? Duchess, you gotta turn your mic on.
I'm here, yeah.
All right. So if a man is with you and you need your tire changed, and he does not know how to change a tire. Is that sassy behavior?
He better have AAA.
But the question is that
or
sassy
YouTube.
behavior?
No, is it sassy? No, it's not sassy, but that'll be the last time he'll be in a car with me.
Okay, stop right there.
Facts.
Stop right there, Gina.
Yep. I'm sorry.
If the man can't change your oil, if he doesn't know nothing about changing oil, is that sassy behavior?
It's not sassy, but it's not masculine.
All right, stop right there. Patsy, if a man...
That's what we got mechanics for, to
Hold
change
on,
oil. That's
guys.
some different bullshit.
Hold on, guys. Patsy, if a guy does not pump your gas, is that sassy?
Yep. No, I'm fine.
And I feel like that's disrespect if he can't get out and pump my gas.
See?
Not so much sassy, but disrespect. You want me to get out and pump my own gas and stuff like, really?
And especially in New England when it's cold, you're gonna pump my gas.
Be handing you money for your gas and pumping
You
your
gonna
gas.
pump it too?
man.
Maybe
Hold
I know how
on. It's
to
your
pump the
car, man.
goddamn
Why I
gas.
gotta get out the car
I'm
and
gonna
pump
go
the
to you
gas,
first,
man?
So
Maybe you don't know how to pump gas.
So
Hey,
you
guys.
just heard what one person said, it's your car, you should be doing it. Then don't get in my car no more.
All right, so let me go
Yes.
around. Let me go around to
You
the
go
guys.
find you a car and you do everything for your car.
Let me go around
That part, yeah.
Let me go around to the guys. So again, let me make sure who we got on here for the guys. We got Timmy, we got Dude, we got Sean, we got Bird, we got Robert, and we got Gregory. And I think I'm hearing someone else. Is there another dude on here?
Apple.
Elijah's on here.
All right, Elijah's
Yeah,
on here too. All right, so let me go to Elijah because you.
This nigga.
I doubt I heard you, but so let me go to you first. So let me ask you a question. If this man is lacking the necessary skills to perform the task in which she needs him to pump the gas or change a tire or check her oil, does that mean he's sassy, or that just means that he's not the guy for you because he does not have your preferred skills like your needs, because he can't give you what you need in that situation? That doesn't necessarily, it doesn't sound like to me that makes him sassy. That just means that you don't agree with his behavior because he can't do something that you need him to do. Elijah, how you feel about that?
That's the good weed. I feel that don't make them sassy, but it's all it depends of the style of the relationship, kid. That might be just their style of a relationship. She probably don't need him to pump the gas and do all that, the maintenance of the car. But what she do need him to be is probably a counselor, or she need him to be, if anybody say anything mean to me, you better step up and defend me. If you don't defend me, that's a no deal. You know what I mean? Or a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends about the style of their relationship.
But let me
when
be
it comes
clear.
to that.
Hold on. Let me be clear. Let me be clear about what I'm saying. She has an issue with him because he cannot or does not perform these tasks.
The issue should be she should leave him or he should leave her alone. If it's an issue, leave it alone. Don't try and fix it. Oh, you can't do this. You're just doing an argument. If you notice those little foxes right there that's messing up the yard, y'all just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Move on to the next person, because that's not your style. That's all. That's
And
not really
David,
hard.
can I just say this one thing before everybody else answers? Just think about your daughters. Your daughter's with a dude. Your daughter's out. Y'all, her car is broken, or his car, whatever, and she's stuck in the middle of nowhere because he doesn't know how to navigate to fix the problem.
If you want to,
you want your daughter to be
then call daddy. I got you.
If you want,
young lady, you're absolutely right. What I would do, my daughter, you call me first, and then see if that boy can fix it. So that way, if he ain't fixing, I'm on my way to you. At least I know there's a problem.
Exactly. That's the point. You don't want your daughter to be with somebody like that.
That's a style.
But it doesn't make him saucy. He just
That
don't know any better.
Sassy though.
Right.
That's the question.
Saying screw you, I ain't doing it, or you do that. I ain't pumping your gas. That's your shit. That's different. That's some disrespectful, unhonorable man.
So when it comes to the culture You know what I'm saying to you? In the sense of your style in the relationship, everybody has their own preference. But when you call someone sassy, especially a man, I gotta go with Sean. That vibration never came this way. And I gotta go with Bird. Those are fighting words. Or if you're in a relationship, I'm not fucking with you no more. Because I'm not going battling with words, because words ain't gonna do enough. It's invisible. I gotta do something visible. So when it comes to those things right there, you just gotta know the standard. What's a man, what's a woman to me? It is what it is. But when it comes to preference and style, you can't get up and you can't come out here and fix my, that's all depends on how your culture, how your style is in your household, how you raise your daughter, how you raise your son. Listen here, son, make sure the woman open up the door for you when you come in. Listen here,
You want
daughter,
a woman that can cook, and you want a
type
woman
of
that can
shit.
keep your house clean. I don't want
That's
no
your style.
lazy
Those are
ass woman
style.
that don't want to work, don't want to cook, can't
That's your
clean,
style.
don't clean, sit at home.
But
No.
hold on.
What do you
That's your
call that?
style. But that's your style. So when it comes to a relationship, there's many different styles. 8 million stories in Naked City. Everybody have different styles, but that's not a label. But when you calling someone a label, the sassiness and stuff, now we talking a whole different type of language here, which is on a disrespectful level.
So okay, so right there,
There's gonna be a lot of
feel like
unmarried young black women out here because of that shit. Guaranteed.
Let me
Bert,
ask you.
why don't you say there's gonna be a lot of unmarried black men too?
Thank
It ain't
you.
just one person getting
Thank
married.
you.
It's two people joining
The
union.
word doesn't lie, Robert. It'll say 7 men will be coming to 1 man in the end times. Why? Because they will want to cleave to a man. So men won't be unhatified. It's the other way around.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something like this.
You got to put that in layman's terms.
You men right now, you better be thankful you ain't one of the men that's gonna be
Oh, it
married
was
to a man.
layman's term. That just sounds
Y'all put women in a box where a man is dominant over them. We're in 2024, soon to be 2030. Y'all got to grow past. I got the last
you
say
are
the
part of
word.
the problem.
Man is the
The
protector
word
of the
don't
Almighty
change. Listen,
ruler.
the word
I
don't
was not
change.
even done.
Dude
Y'all
don't
want to
change.
justify something before I finish. I'm trying to tell you, those
How
are
many
your
married men
beliefs.
on this
And
panel right
everybody's
now?
household don't
How
go
many
by that
married
shit
black
no
men
more.
on this panel right now and in their
Yes, but you
Only
know how I
one.
feel
It's
about you
only
How
one.
many
indoctrinated
black
with
men
this
have
shit.
been married or are married right
Only
now on
one
this
on here.
podcast?
There's only
Put your
one
hands
on
up.
here.
And some ain't
APPLE.
married
It's only
still,
one.
and those who are
It's
married
not
still.
true, Terry.
APPLE.
It's two.
It's
It's
not
two.
true.
I was really talking about I ain't married no goddamn
He
more.
said
I
has
am
been
married. What the
married
fuck you
or is
talking about?
married.
I am married. What the fuck you talking about?
Married who? I'm
Al
Married,
talking.
never
nigga.
been married.
You've been
Moving
married to Jane
on.
for years.
I didn't say you wasn't married. I know you've been married. I'm saying you ain't married now.
Yes, I
Yes, he
am
is.
married. What are you talking about?
All right,
So
you
you know
guys.
what? That's something that no
Bird
one
was going
doesn't know.
somewhere with that
Yeah.
question.
No,
Bird,
I didn't know.
finish.
You didn't tell me this.
That's
Shit,
something
so
no
I
one
didn't
doesn't
know.
know.
Bird, you was going somewhere with that question.
What I'm saying is I'm going there on that question because Bob jumped in to say, oh, what about men and how many women and how many men? There's going to be many unmarried black women more than men. Women want to be married more than men. So I'm saying there's going to be many women out here unmarried because of this whole generational, whatever you want to call it, where the women are, just aren't respectful enough. A man don't want a woman that's going to say, I don't need no man. I can do bad by myself.
No,
If you
see, this
don't
goes back
validate
to
this
that.
man,
This goes
even
back to
when
that
he's wrong,
conversation. This goes back to that
even when he
conversation
messes up, to
that we
emasculate a
had.
man and make him feel unwanted and unneeded, you will
And
not
you
get
think it's
married.
a
You will not
black
stay
woman.
married.
And you think that's a black woman thing that black women do, right? It's just black
100%.
women that do that.
Which
Yeah.
is why most
You
men
just moved
don't
the
agree.
goalpost.
That's what I
Most
tell
men
Beautiful.
all
You
date
just
men.
moved
outside
the
their race
goalpost.
because of that.
That's their opinion. That's their
You just
opinion.
moved
So,
the
If you
but
No,
put
these are
we
20
facts,
different
listen.
man.
We
other
Look
men
at
on here, you're
look
gonna
at
get
every
conversation.
slapped.
black
We
woman.
had this
Ain't no good
conversation some
black
months
men.
back,
He's
and I'm
All
not
white
speaking
gonna go
women
back
take the
into it.
men.
statistic-wise.
Men are making choices to go with women that are more
Statistically.
respectful and not so
Is it more
masculine.
respectful or more walk onable?
Thank
Because
you.
I'm not because
It ain't
I say
about
no,
walking
I'm
on.
not gonna allow you to walk on me. I'm not gonna I'm
That's
gonna
where
give
you
you
get it wrong
pushback.
too. You're
That's a
assuming
problem
that
Thank
because
you.
white women get
Because I'm
walked
not
on.
gonna
it's easy
deal
to
with certain
Well,
please.
you
things.
can't
It's easy to
all be
follow. Who
heard.
does what the hell you want to do.
Thank you,
Mhm.
Kiana. Kiana, you've been
Preach,
married for a
Kiana.
very long time.
Thank you. I
Tell
was
Right.
waiting
everybody
for
else that
somebody
they
to
So
help
know
me.
that they're
you
married.
know
They
what
know the
you know
truth.
what'll make everybody happy.
To just
You know what?
listen, but
This
y'all
will
are
make
pissing me
everybody
off.
happy. If
Hold on,
And
hold
I'll
everybody
on, hold
tell you,
on.
smiled.
Kiana, you
Hold
married
on.
because you ain't
Hold on.
into emasculating your man when he's wrong or does something wrong. You
How
figured
do
out a
you
way to
know?
keep
All
your
black
man.
That's a
women
How do
do
you
goddamn
know
that
I'm
lie.
not
though.
I
But
just
emasculating?
don't
not
see
all
you as
black
I
that
don't
women
person.
do that,
emasculate
Bird.
Hit
You
them
but
keep
over the
I'm
head
saying
saying
with a
all
if
black
I
women
need
spittoon.
to
do
speak
that.
up, if I see something wrong and I feel something wrong, I speak up. It has nothing
Thank
to
you,
do
Yes.
with
thank you,
Are
emasculating
you
thank you.
trying to
It
anybody.
take
doesn't have
away
to
his
be a
manhood by doing it?
demasculating.
No.
Hold on, Bird.
But
Hold on,
why you
Gina.
always
Kiana.
I don't think
Yes,
Bird meant it that way.
Kiana.
Yes, I
Kiana.
did.
Turn your
yes.
phone up some, please.
I'm here. I'm
All
turned
right.
up.
All
I'm
right. So
turned up
now,
in a couple of
so
ways. I'm
all
turned
right,
up.
because
Kiana,
I
stay
could
turned
barely
up.
hear you. Now,
Yeah,
Kiana, say
yeah.
what you said again, please, and everybody else hold your comments until she's finished.
What did I say? I said because about the women because black men are choosing others. If you choosing others because you can't stand to be spoken to or challenged, and you go to
Mm-hmm.
somebody who's passable, who's agreeable, who
Mm-hmm.
just
Mhm.
going along to get
Nah,
along, then
Let
keep
her
nah.
going
talk. Let her
along to
talk.
the people who need to get along because you're never
Mhm.
gonna get that from me.
Yep. Yep.
So
Now,
Yep.
and can I
I
say
can
this?
guarantee
Y'all
you
better
kept
not
your
marry no
marriage so
Muslim.
long through compromise, through conversation,
I'm gonna
through
be like
counseling,
them, just
through
jump in and
anything.
talk.
These long-term marriages, and big up for you, honey bun. Trust me, it ain't easy to deal with a man this long that you have. But I'm gonna say I don't know him perfectly, but I know you got a good man, a good, well-rounded man that's been in the force for many years that has honor, dignity, respect. He ain't beating on you. He ain't calling you bitches. He's treating you, most of the time, I would say, if not all of the time, how you need to be treated. And if you're not going to talk down to him and treat him like shit over it. You're going to make your issues known and look for resolve as well as him, because that's how this worked. That's why this lasted so long. You guys have a connection that when there is times hard, you ain't calling him a bitch, kicking him out, calling them softy, calling them whatever, trying to
But
take away.
Bert, you think that you're saying all black well not all you're saying black women call
Many.
their men bitches. I called one ex a bitch because he called
That's
me
what I'm
one.
saying. You're from a
Because he
different
called me
generation. We're
one.
talking about
Wait, no,
generation
Just
because he
have
Z.
her
called
walking
me
away.
because he called me one. When I'm with someone, I don't
It's
disrespect
different.
them. I
It
don't
hits
call
Okay.
them
different.
out their
All right.
name. I don't do that.
Okay.
So
So you're
for
coming
you to
from a
see
different era.
what?
We started talking about these young generation kids using the word saucy. I mean, I'm not looking at you as one of those. You don't fit into that category when I'm talking about as far as black women. You
You
come
said
from a
black
different
woman.
generation.
I mean, he is talking about a younger gen. He did say a younger
Okay.
generation is going to be a lot
So I
less
don't put you
married
in that
because,
category, Tiana, at all.
well,
I'm
I mean,
talking not you personally, Gina, but people your age, your upbringing, your music, your videos, your TV. Not someone in their 40s and 50s are out here doing this. That's not a
I
behavior.
beg to, I see. I have
I
to
mean, there's
disagree
some.
with you. I have
There's
to
a lot
disagree
more
with
that's
you.
not that way.
Yeah, but I have to disagree with you because a lot of the women of the 40, 50 plus
Are
generation
single,
is
ain't married,
and because they have chosen to adopt the behavior of the younger
and they're either
generation.
single, unmarried, or in some bullshit.
So
well,
so
I mean,
they are guilty of such behavior, language, and other things. But hold on, guys, hold on, because I think Gregory, are you with us still?
I'm here.
can I just
I'm
go
Go,
here,
back to
go
what
ahead,
brother.
Bird
Kiana.
said?
Go ahead, Kiana. And then Gregory get a video ready.
Okay, so yes, we have been in a long-term relationship for a long time. Yes, there has been compromising, and yes, there has been uh bad times where we ain't been on the same accord, um and let's be honest, because I'm an honest person. We've been disrespectful to each other when it comes down to being, having an argument. It has to be really, really bad. But then the thing is, you pick it up, you dust it off, you apologize and whatever, and you move forward. But again, by no means is either one of us a rug for the other person. So that's how long-term relationships stay
But it
long-term.
ain't about being a rug either. You don't got to put up with certain shit you don't like. You have a right to
Oh,
speak, but now you're gonna
absolutely. But
take it
but
to
the
the hoop
way
and want to kick
but
them
I
out
feel
and
like but I feel like a lot of people don't. They want you not to speak up. So if you got a problem, you got to just be like a yes woman or a yes
And
girl. And
that's what.
I don't want one of those. I want someone
No,
to
but
speak up, but not
that's
call
what.
me out my name or kick me out or threaten to kick me out or
But you
whatever
see,
comes with that whole situation. So
but
yeah, there is
that could
compromise.
be just a fight. Like, get out of here. I don't want to talk to you because
but you
There
see
you
what
go.
you just, said, Kiana. The man would need to speak up. That is considered under new gen definition for sassy, being sassy if you speak up. If you disagree what's being said to you and about you, that is considered to be sassy behavior. Gregory, show us a video. Everybody mute your phones. Hold your comments.
Zoom meeting.
Guys these days want to be treated like women. Extra talking. How you're talking to.
He said it. What makes a man sassy?
Tone of voice, say attitude. Wanting the last word. Wanting to be treated like a woman. When they expect you to chase them. Guys these days want to be treated like women. Extra talking. How you're talking to me. Going back and forth for no reason.
What makes a man sassy?
Tone of voice. Say.
Participants left for an 11 right.
I think I'm sassy then.
I think that according to that definition and what they're saying, I think that all of us, all the men on this panel would be considered sassy. Even the ones that consider themselves as being alpha males and males that just not going to tolerate that type of talk, then based upon those definitions, I will say, based upon everybody, I think I know people well on this panel, the men, including myself, and I think that all of us would be categorized based upon that definition as being sassy. Do you agree?
That's your opinion.
I agree.
I don't agree with
As
none
a
of that.
characteristic.
I
Those
just said, I
girls'
guess I'm
body
sassy
language
then.
in
So I
that
guess me
video
and
was
you, so
terrible.
Bird, I guess me and you the only two on here. Sean, what about you?
What was your question?
Based upon what that video just said, they consider sassy to be. Does any of that describe you?
No. To keep it in its proper context, I think they was referring to people responding with a certain type of attitude.
But they also said basically any man that that goes back and forth with them.
Yeah, with a particular type
And
of
that's not
attitude.
sassy in the sense of being gay.
Right.
That's sassy in the word that we've been raised. Don't sass me. You're being questioning me or you're disrespecting me.
And I
That's
think that,
why.
Go ahead, Sean.
That's why I believe that they're referring to it as it being a type of attitude.
Okay, do we need to, Gregory, play one more time? Play.
What makes a man sassy?
Tone of voice, say attitude. Wanting the last word. Wanting to be treated like a woman. When they expect you to chase them. Guys these days want to be treated like women. Extra talking. How you're talking to me. Going back and forth for no reason.
What makes a man sassy?
Tone of voice, say attitude. Wanting the last word. Wanting to be treated like a woman. When they expect you to chase them. Guys these days want to be treated like women.
Okay, stop right there. Don't nobody say nothing. I'm about to show you something. If a woman ever told you lower your voice, don't talk to me in that tone of voice, that would be questionable to you. Earlier, I heard you guys say in your house, some of you said in your house, you are the last word. True or false? Did I not hear that? Yes, so, because no one wants
Dave,
I'm going to tell you why.
Dave, you didn't hear me say nothing.
No, Elijah,
I've
you
just
was
been
quiet
listening.
during that. But the individuals that
He
said,
tell you everything, but y'all telling me be quiet while everybody keep yelling. So I ain't saying anything. Those persons that know that they said all of that stuff is quiet right now.
So again, based upon that definition, they gave several examples. Even when they said,
Those are opinions, yes. Of who though? Of kids? Young generational?
That's what I'm telling you. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the new gen definition for sassy. That's what we're talking about. So based upon their definition,
This
then
is coming from a generation that don't want to work, don't want to pay
That don't
taxes,
fit
ain't
nobody. That
investing in
don't
my
fit nobody
future,
up
my
there.
social security, pay your
No, we
taxes.
shut up, don't.
But see,
Be a
the
part of the
sad part
world.
about it is all y'all answers is coming from a generation of 1970 babies, 1960 something babies. So how do you think the people of today feel? Y'all don't know shit about their time. You only guessing how you're
How?
stating. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. You're making judgments on how they should be acting and how they should be talking. They can say the same thing. You guys are old, washed up. That's how y'all dealt with stuff. That was your belief back then. This is how we run stuff now. This is how everything's
Yep.
being operated.
And you'll see where that gets them.
But so what?
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure our parents told us the same thing in 1980
Right.
or something. We done lived our life in 1950. We'll see how that gets you. You won't live as long as me. And you
so
heard it all. You're only repeating the cycle. Break it.
okay, let me say this to you at the risk of sounding redundant. You're arguing a moot point. The point is for everybody, this is the new gen definition as to what sassy means, what it looks like. So according to that, if you're talking to one of them, right, that generation, and if you're talking to people from our generation that subscribes and practices the behaviors of that generation, then if you encounter any woman that believes in that definition, then a lot of us would come up as being sassy. Because
Uncle
if
D,
you
I can't let you get
disagree,
That's
I can't
wrong,
let you
listen to what
get
I'm
Dave.
away
I
saying
with
to
this
disagree with
you.
one.
that. That's
Based
Let
wrong,
me
upon
Dave.
one
tell
I
you
of,
disagree.
something.
listen,
Listen to
listen,
this,
I'm
y'all.
saying based upon one of the major ones, they said if you disagree with them, that is considered to be sassy. Every man on this panel has disagreed with a woman at some
Dave, it's
point
the
in
way they
time.
But
talking
Dave,
about how
Listen,
you
them
she said
disagree,
Dave,
Dave.
having
That's
the
how
last
they talk. It's the way
word,
how you
having the last
disagree.
word. She said having the last word,
Yes, and that's
going
what
back
I'm
and
telling them.
forth for no reason. Like, because a real man ain't just, they ain't gonna do it.
that's what I'm saying.
listen,
It's
I'm not gonna
It
let
shouldn't
attitude.
y'all
happen.
That's
degrade
attitude.
the
I
younger
think
people
that
like that.
That's what his name
I,
is.
Them
Yeah,
calling
Attitude.
people
I'm
sassy
with
is
you, Sean.
equivalent to y'all
Attitude.
calling people
It's
sissies.
definitely attitude.
I feel like I'm in the
The
movie Josie and the
females back in the
Pussycat.
days used to say he's a little sissy.
no,
Now they say, oh, that he got a little, he's
Right.
sassy.
Just
Same
The
see
the
shit,
sassy.
just a
the
different
the
moon cycle.
word don't explain the action. The word is explaining the
now
action.
you got
So
it.
Hey, can I ask y'all a
so
question? From a deeper point of view, y'all don't see nothing. Y'all don't see nothing fucked up with this.
Yes, I do. That's what I'm
all
trying to
day.
tell y'all.
All day.
all
They're
day,
trying
yeah,
to
I
purposely
see shit fucked up with
they're
it
purposely
because
trying to confuse you. This is what happens
That's
when
the
you
fucking English
allow.
language.
This is what happens when you allow people to take words and repackage them and represent them. And now what we know the word to be, and now what they're trying to tell you the word is. Now that's where the confusion sets in. There you
Well,
got it.
well,
right
well,
and
well,
big.
That's
hold
why I
on,
got a
hold
Black's
on,
Law dictionary.
hold on. This is where I gotta go with Barbino. Been saying
Now
this for
I'm gonna
years.
tell you this:
Every generation. Hold on, Timmy,
Hold on.
real.
Timmy. Stop cutting me,
Hold
Timmy.
up. Let App gotta, enlighten something here.
Because
Let me listen.
I have not been speaking. So I have to go with Barbino. Every generation does that with how come I love the song, especially the movie, but the song greases the word because when it was saying is that every generation change up the word. A prime example, the word fox. You can use it three ways. Once upon a time, there was a fox of a car. Once upon a time, we called females fox. And we always knew since the dawn of man, an animal was called a fox. Well, you always can use the words interchangeable when it comes to your culture describing or expressing yourself. But what these young ladies is talking about, I have to go with Sean. It's the attitude. And if their slang is saying that these niggas are sassy because they talk back and forth like a female, it's going past 2 minutes. We're still arguing about this. They keep on saying, I'm telling them, yo, quiet down. We got neighbors, and they keep on getting all loud and stuff. Or I'm keep on saying, okay, let's just kill it. Now I gotta say something more stuff. All of that is sassy to them. All of them is feminine. Let's be real. A lot of dudes has been raised with their mommies. And because by each generation from the 70s, 80s, and once you got to the 90s generation, a lot of fellas got a little feminism inside of them. And because there hasn't been men there inside the household to show them the difference, to them is universal. And to them, that universal of mommy's expression coming through a man's body, it's a man or a male's way of expressing himself, and I'm a real man, which he ain't knowing because daddy ain't there or a man figure ain't there, that you're imitating your mother and you're just being a male version of it. By the way, how you carry out situations when it comes to your emotions. I'm done.
Thank you all. Have a good night. God bless.
That's it? You leaving?
It ain't nothing else.
Now, that
Thanks,
was
Elijah.
put well for the men to try to understand it. If they don't worry about it. They're just difficult.
All right. Okay. So let's move on. And thank you. That was very articulate. I like that was good. See, I told you, y'all can drop Jews when y'all choose to. All right. Now I done gave you grace. I done gave you flowers. Let's come back to this. All right. So since y'all said this is about attitude, right? Let me ask you this question. Ladies, if a man drinks a soda with a guys, hold your comments. Patsy, if a man drinks a soda with a straw, is he sassy?
No, he just likes drinking it with a straw.
If he drinks his beer with a straw, is he sassy?
I don't think it's so much sassy, but it's like if I see it, I'd be like kind of questioning, like, why are you doing that? Like, but I wouldn't be thinking like he's being sassy with it. I'd just be like, that's weird.
You drinking beer in a straw, or you one of them dudes drinking your little mixed drinks with one of them little straws.
But hold on, I said the girls.
I don't want to say sassy feminine.
Hold the comment. Gina, I'm sorry, Patsy. Go ahead. Then we're gonna go to Gina.
No, like even that is like I wouldn't think he would be feminine. I just think that's kind of like weird. Like, why are you drinking your beer with a straw? Like, I could see like you got a mixed drink, like margarita, and you got a straw there because we do it. So that's not so weird. It's just like drink. Even if you went to the bar and they did a tap and gave you a beer in a glass and you asked for a straw, I'd be like looking at you kind of like weird, like, what's up with that, but to say that you're being sassy about it, no.
Oh, you're saying it's weird. Why is it weird? Because it doesn't look manly.
Hold on, B. There's a method to my madness. Let Gina. If a man blows his food before he eats it,
are you serious?
That's where anybody does.
Jimmy.
No, that doesn't make you sassy. It means that you want to cool down your meal.
Especially you, Uncle T, because them plates you be eating be hot, boy.
Hold on, see. So Kiana.
Hold on, wait. How did he blow his food off when?
Kiana,
right, with his pinky up in the air holding his spoon.
Kiana, if the dude goes get his eyebrows plucked and his manicure every week, is that sassy?
Eyebrows plucked and the manicure every week?
What?
Yes.
Nah, don't know real man get his
I'm not
that's sassy right there.
One thing doesn't have to do with the other one.
We've gotten manicures or pedicures together, but never. First of all, I'm a female and I don't get my nails done weekly. So yes, if you get your done weekly, and I'm gonna say that's a little sassy. If it's so I don't say so, but that's ridiculous. I don't even get myself done that week.
What about the eyebrows? Have nice nails.
The eyebrows. I have a problem with the eyebrows. If you're still back in the era where you're getting to go in a barber and they cut your little eyebrow a little bit, that's okay, but that ain't weekly either. So
that's if you got thick eyebrows. Now I can see you shaving the goddamn eyebrows, but don't know real man go get
if you got a unibrow, man, still
I can see you doing that too.
It's the situation. All right, Bruce, I'm gonna ask you real quick. If this same thing, if you seen one of your male friends, y'all at the bar and y'all having beers, and this dude asks for a straw, do you think that's sassy?
Yeah, you gay.
I
Gregory,
mean, we ain't ever going out together again. You motherfuckers gonna embarrass
Elijah,
me like this.
We
Yeah,
drink out of beer mugs and shit.
Elijah.
what up, Dave?
If same question, if you was out with your boys and y'all was drinking and everybody was drinking beers and this guy asked for a straw, would you think that's sassy behavior?
All day. Now listen, I do drink my champagne with a straw. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Now,
So
see,
Oh
some might
shit,
consider
then you
that to be
sassy.
do
sassy.
I do
Now,
drink my champagne. That's what I'm about to tell you. I do drink my champagne with a straw. But hold
Do
on.
you hold the straw when you drink it, or do you just drink it out the straw?
No, I drink it with the straws inside. I drink it with the straw inside. Double up
yeah,
the
see, this
straw. I
is
drink it.
That don't
see,
sound like a straight guy's question to ask another man. Are you holding my dick, or you holding it, or you're
What
not
the?
holding
But you're
it?
holding my
You
balls.
just
No,
went to the extreme. In the
Whoa.
club,
I
when
just
I
want to
drink
say
drinks with a
it
straw,
didn't
because they
sound
come with a
right to
straw,
me. I was
I
on
usually
mute. I had
hold
to
it.
come over here.
All right,
Are you
so
holding the straw or not holding the straw?
You
Okay,
thought
hold
about
on,
it the
hold on.
wrong way. No diddy.
So if
go
I
ahead,
see a
Elijah.
dude, you know what I'm saying, to drinking a beer, have a straw, no diddy, I would think he kind of little, you know what I mean, got a little
Yeah,
sugar in his thing.
that's what I'm
All
Those
right,
are little
saying.
signs. You know what I
Sean,
mean?
same question.
So what about drinking champagne with a straw?
Hold on, I'm getting there.
The
Oh my
dude got
What do
money.
you
You know what
call
I'm
that?
saying? When the dude does that, he's showing elegance. He's showing that he got money. He's
Oh
showing that he's
shit.
used to the life. He ain't drinking out the bottle like peasants do. You know what I'm saying? To you, want to make sure everything's nice and smooth and clean so he can taste the flavor. You understand that, but you will one day. I'll holler.
I'm about to
I don't drink
help with
champagne. I think that's sassy.
And I don't
no,
drink
I'm,
champagne through
Sassy
the
drink.
straw, dog.
Sean, do you think that if a guy's drinking beer with a straw is sassy?
That wouldn't be my first thought. But I
What would be your
definitely
first
like,
thought?
I'll, I'll be like, yo, that's a little strange. I mean, niggas can have a tooth.
Why
Niggas
would
Yeah,
you
can have
that's
consider
pretty
it
much what
strange?
I be saying.
listen. See, the world's messed up. You can't do nothing in it without someone sitting there questioning, "Are you gay today?"
I can
Listen,
take a
Because
shot.
it's
I can take
real.
out.
you
There's
listen.
think
many
It's right.
drug ass
anything like that, I'll
motherfuckers that
just
are
say
gay
As
out
real
here that
men,
like
Let
men.
Sean
It's
finish.
called
See, I won't be able
download.
to answer this question.
mug.
Mm.
You drinking
no.
out of you getting a straw with a beer mug? Come on now. Real men drink out of
Could
the
Sean,
damn
are you done?
mug.
Listen, I like I said, I wouldn't quite thinking that he's gay. Anything would not be or sassy, whatever we're talking. That wouldn't be my first thought because I purposely, when I go out to drink, I only drink beer because I don't like putting my mouth on glasses in public.
Now
But
you
if I
see,
saw a dude doing that, then I wouldn't think that, but I would definitely be looking to see how he's drinking out of that straw.
Listen, a beer, a bottle beer with a straw.
He said beer,
Either
period.
way, a bottle or a cup, a mug.
everyone's
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
too hard, bro.
that is sassy. Why? Because when you drink a beer, you can't drink a beer with a straw. Not no man. You don't drink a beer with a straw. Now
Right.
if he had a mimosa at night in a club with a straw, I'm questioning that. Or if he had a Fresca with a straw, I'm questioning that. A beer and with a bottle, I'm questioning. Yeah, I'm questioning all that.
Yeah,
Okay.
dudes drink
I'm
mimosas.
questioning all
I mean,
that.
I could see a woman drinking a beer with a straw that may
Right.
look like App said a little classy.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
she don't
I
want to
get
mess
it.
up her
She
lipstick. I
don't
Right.
want
understand that.
to
I
that
get
yeah,
it, right?
that's
I can
it. Yeah,
understand
yeah,
that. A
I can
woman,
see
but
how
what
that
reason
is.
would a man have unless
The
you got a
Maybe he
bad
don't want to get
tooth,
his
right?
lip gloss messed
A
up.
rotten tooth in your mouth that you can't take the cold, so you might drink out of a straw. That
All
would
right.
be more acceptable if that's something you had to say, like, damn, motherfucker, why you drinking with a straw? Yo, I got a rotten tooth, and every time cold hits it, that could be something manageable, right? I wouldn't question. But if you're just one of these guys that likes to go in the club and get a beer in a cup and with a straw, or a beer in a bottle and a straw, or a straw in a can of beer, I mean, that's not traditionally what I've been watching and raised to see as far as a manly man isn't going to drink with a straw.
Exactly.
Even at the club, drinking your little your little mixed drink with your one little tiny skinny straw in it, and you sucking on that, you looking stupid. I'm not
All
gonna
right,
think because
Robert.
you're
But
drinking a
that's
mixed
a
drink with a
mixed drink,
straw.
though.
I
All
get
right,
it,
Robert.
right? Or you got a shot, and I'm gonna just put a little straw in the shot, and I want to sip my shot. Come
That's
on, guys, we
fine.
got to be
Only
better
if they
than that.
giving me a glass and I don't know where that glass been, and they give me the little straw in my shot
Then
and
you
my,
shouldn't be
my
taking
mixed
a
drink.
drink. Then, period.
I don't
Straw
think
or not,
any.
dirty glass, booty glass, whatever they
Listen,
gave you,
it's
you shouldn't
safer
even
for
be
my
drinking
lips
out of
to
that.
touch the
All
straw
right,
than to put
Robbie.
it on that glass.
Robert's
I
up
know
there.
that.
Same question to Robbie. If you saw one of your friends drinking with a straw, a beer, do you think that's sassy behavior?
I'm gonna go into this right here. I ain't worrying about none of my friends how they drink their drink. While I'm watching this man's lips and what he's putting
Oh,
on it and sucking in. That's none of my. I don't
You know
even look
why? You know
towards.
why, Robert? Because since we were little kids and we all went somewhere,
Wow, when I
we
was
all judged
talking, I
each
got
other.
cut
We
off,
all looked at each other.
and
Look,
when
look at
y'all
look what
talk, I
look
be
what
getting
Rob got on.
silent.
Oh, look what App got on. Look at that hat App got on. Or look at that hat Tim got on. Look at that. We clown. You know we always look for something to clown. Because we're at a club and one of y'all were doing that, I'm clowning you. Just straight out. That's how we always did, and that's how I always do.
Go ahead, Robbie.
Men shouldn't be worrying about other goddamn men when y'all having a good time. Why you worrying about what the hell I'm putting in my mouth, food or drinks? Look at the females around you. Second to that, the reason why some men do it, I mean, they have a couple of reasons why. Like Sean was one, maybe the germs. He don't want to put his mouth on the glass, so he's using a straw. There could be other reasons, like there was a number one reason, but it wasn't proven to be true. But people do it because they think that'll get them more higher. If you drink out of the straw, the fume so-called hits you quicker and you get a super high off of beer, liquor, or champagne in your glass. Now, what's the difference that I want to ask you guys to when you go to Burger King, McDonald's, I don't care if it's not a beer, Burger King, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, or wherever fast food restaurant, and they give you a cup with a straw and you over there just sucking
soda.
away
There's a
on it.
That's
And
difference.
y'all
There's
see
soda.
no
nothing
That's
wrong with it.
masculinity in
Why
soda.
don't you
drinking
That's
hold,
soda.
different.
hold,
That
hold?
question.
I'm
Why don't
different. I
you
don't
pop
drink with the
that
straw
top?
out of that either.
Why don't you pop the top and drink off the rim of the cup like that
I
Because
real
do.
That's
man would
I
that's
do?
do.
not
Because it's convenient. Because you're driving, you're gonna spill it. That's
Make
not. It's just a
excuses now.
convenience thing.
That's what the
No,
straw is originally
If
because
you're
that's
in a
just
for,
the
for
restaurant
when
for
you
me or
driving.
of a
dinner, they
soda from
bring you
fast
a
food
glass with a
to a
straw, and I watch
masculine
many
drink.
dudes pick up their glass and drunk that straw drink. They didn't take the straw, throw
say
it on
what?
the table. They drunk out their
Soda.
straws.
It's a soda. We're talking beer. That's the
I don't
difference you're
care. I
asking
told you
for.
everything. It should be for
There's a
everything.
difference. There
see,
is
It
a
should be for
difference, though. You
everything.
don't want to see it.
see,
Now he's
That's just
changing the
oppositional
goalpost.
right now.
so this was my point
Have
about.
you ever drinking a beer with a straw, Bob?
I told you when I thought what people was saying that you can get a
No.
little higher if you
I've been
suck
around
your
you
beer or your
40 years
liquor
of my
through a
life, and I
straw.
ain't one time ever seen you drink any kind of beer with a straw.
Bro,
And
because I
we done
wasn't
drank
doing it.
40s,
I wasn't doing it to
64
do it. I
ounces.
tried it to see if it was true. Could you get higher off of drinking with a straw? When I realized that's just a lot of people say a lot of things so you can try it. Then you try it and you find out it's not to be the case.
So
That's
guys,
all
you
I'm
you
saying.
you see now. Let me
But
ask you
have you
ladies
ever
something. Let
regularly drink beer with a straw? Or all the
Keon,
mixed drinks
Hell
we
no.
made, all the shots we had, I ain't never seen a straw at 176 Stratton Extension in my whole life.
let me show you guys something, the gentlemen on the panel. I just ran a test on you guys, and you all reacted the way I knew you was gonna react. But let me just tell you, ladies, did you see how the guys reacted when I asked them about drinking a beer with a straw? Did you guys notice that?
It's a
Offended?
sense of
Would you
masculinity.
say it again one more time? What was it?
Offended?
They got offended. Okay, so this is what
I
happens.
didn't get offended. I
No,
just don't drink
this is
with a
what
damn
happens.
straw.
This is what happens, right? When you get women asking guys questions, because that's where that came from. Oh, I just left that out. The woman was offended by the fact that she saw that man drinking out of a bottle with a straw. Now, mind you, where do you think these women be getting their point of views from? Their way of thinking, men. So if it wasn't considered manly to begin with, now when a woman gets a hold of it and she puts her own spin on it, it's still going to be even more offensive. Do you agree, gentlemen? Because
I
y'all believe when a
disagree,
woman
Dave.
can't tell you nothing about a man.
Dave, I disagree. Listen, there's a time,
Okay, tell
right?
me why.
I'm about to tell you. There's the time that a woman that I have seen with a lot of women, especially single mothers, they get into their own heads and start to try to figure things out, aka men. So when they start to figure things out, aka men, they start to put a behavior. Oh, this is why men do this. You never notice when men does that. To hear my aunts and all of them trying to dissect a man, and none of them was men. And when they get their final conclusion, then they start living out as if men are definitely like that. Meantime, between time, men who I know, who we know who we are saying, listen, we're not like that. You're putting us in an imaginary character. And that character is not true what a real man is. And because women have been alone a lot of the times with a lot of responsibilities, gives them that time to think, and they start to create characters of this is what a man is, this is what a man should do. This is if a real man would have, and they never once upon a time ever thought about, they're not a man. They just placing a character. So when you say when women got this behavior from men because men did this, nah, that's not true. The real
No,
truth
that's
is
not what I said. I said men told you what was manly behavior, and then when women got a hold of it, they was just practicing what the men had shown them all along.
I'm gonna say this again. No, that's the baby boy syndrome. If anything, a lot of men is imitating what mommy has been doing. If anything, because you're talking about personalities and expressions, and none of it. Because the masculine way is going to be physical. Just point blank. Period. It's going to be physical with the words and emotions, and that's mommy. You know what I'm saying to you? But yet, whenever a man do with that type of mentality, it's coming from the moms. Mom's the first teacher. Cannot let that slide.
Okay, so let me pause you right there, E. So you said men's is physical, right? And with the emotions, with the hands and all this other stuff, right? So let me ask you this. When you see a man doing all this, because you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to keep having this conversation with you. What is that?
That's his mommy. That's his mommy.
But is that
That's his
considered
mommy.
to be sassy behavior?
It all depends how his mommy style, how
No,
long
no, no.
has it.
Is
Hold
that
on.
considered to be sassy
I'm
behavior?
about to answer the
All
question.
right, go ahead.
It depended with time when a person getting programmed into this mentality. So it all depends. Who knows? He probably was with his father when he was 16 years old, and then now he's with his mommy. He stayed with his mommy till he got 30. Or he probably was with his mommy ever since he was 4 years old without the daddy. It all depends. But one way or the other, when because he didn't hit that woman, or because he ain't doing construction work, or because he ain't doing some type of exercise, he's using words back and forth. That's his mommy.
All right, pause right there. Berg, if you seen a man doing what I just described to you, based upon what Elijah said, the hand clapping and stuff, using your hands to express yourself emotionally is from the mother. Would you consider that man's behavior to be sassy if he's talking to a woman and he's clapping his hands at her?
I would believe it could be different than sassy. You may be trying to intimidate or bully this person by using hand gestures to intimidate them. Is it feminine behavior to clap and like these little girls are on everything on my mama, you start clapping? That to me is like hood rat shit, because you should be able to articulate your words and be able to make your sentences clear without all of that extra shit that you're putting into. That to me is hood rat. Then if you got to express yourself, guy or girl, guy, I would think the guy is trying to be a bully and intimidate you by using his hand gestures as well as his words. You're trying to intimidate the conversation or bully the conversation, opposed to, not using your hands. You can raise your voice. You can set a limit. You ain't gonna call. I ain't gonna be no more bitches in here, or it's gonna be a fucking problem. You could stand your ground on certain things, but some things. I mean, men like to bully too. I mean, and there's women that bully conversations, or you try to talk and they want to talk over you and they want to keep talking and no one's listening. It's just ineffective communication.
Okay. Gina, If a man is clapping his hands while he's talking to you and he's raising his voice, is that considered to be sassy behavior?
It all depends on how he's doing it. It all depends on how he's doing it. If he's clapping his hands like 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 a female, then yes, it's very sassy.
How does a female clap?
Like sometimes, when you're trying to get your point across to, they women use their hands a lot,
Give me
you
an
know.
example. Give me an example.
I mean, I wish I could show you.
You don't have to show us, we can hear it.
Sorry, hold on, my son. Just like I don't understand what you're saying. Did you hear me?
Can you do a little the clapping part I missed?
Right. So I be like, I don't understand what you're saying right now.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. You know,
can
why
imagine
Right.
what she's saying.
And then I
talking,
would say my hands will
she's
start
doing
going
the
in a little
syllable
circle.
shit.
Like, can you make it make sense? You know what I mean? That's
See, the baby knows what you're talking about because you must have done it in front of him before.
yeah. So like I use my hands. I use my hands a lot when I speak. I'm very animated that way.
That's what Elijah said. He said that's a female behavior. All right.
Right. He said it was ghetto, but I mean,
No, that was Bird.
oh, Bird. Well, whatever. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's ghetto. I think it's just a characteristic that you have. Like that's just a part of you and the way you speak. Sometimes I don't speak that way in professional settings, but if I'm around my peers, then yeah, I do speak that way.
All right, but the question is, if you've seen a man doing it, would that be considered to be sassy?
Yeah, it's sassy. If he did it the way I did it, yes, it's very sassy and it's unacceptable.
Kiana, if a man is having a verbal disagreement, an argument, we'll just say that, with you, and he's clapping while he's talking and he's raising his voice, is that considered to be sassy behavior?
I think it depends on the conversation because I know men who are, I don't want to say that they like, you don't hear me? What the fuck you mean you don't hear me? Are you kidding me? You don't hear me? I've had conversations with grown, I don't want to say men, but grown men who have been like, are you serious? Like basically almost like trying to get your attention. Like, I don't even want to say maybe trying to treat you like a child, but treat you like a child. So do I find that sassy? No. But if he was like, come on, girl, blah, you don't hear it, like there's a difference. So
Thank you.
I think it depends on the context of the conversation, context of who it is, and how we communicate in general. Okay. So if I don't know him, I can't really assume that he's sassy unless I hear what the conversation is about and the hand movements or gestures or whatever. I think if you start doing I don't want to say pointing and snapping like something, I might think that's sassy. But I can't really say
like popping your neck, right?
Yeah.
All right. So
or your hands on your chest and your extra, that might be a little problem.
Okay.
But again, like Gina said, there's different ways of communicating between people and personalities and things like that.
So, Robert, if you see a man clapping at a woman while he's talking to her, I'm talking about they're arguing and he's clapping his hands and he's telling her, because if I have to say this to you again, I might just have to put my hands on him. Is that sassy behavior? Do you consider that to be sassy behavior?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say if a man's talking and all of this and popping fingers and moving his head. Yeah, he got a little bit too much female characteristics going on right there. He can use just words alone. All a man got to do is raise his voice. He don't have to start clapping his hands. You get over there and do this and all of that or whatever, or snapping their fingers every single damn word they say out their mouth. it sounds too feminine. It don't sound like, a man. It sounds like you've been around your sister, your woman, or your mother, or your auntie, or your grandmother a little bit too long, and you're picking up their ways.
Okay.
I don't know. You're acting like them. You sounding like them. Do you want to beat them?
Gregory, if a man is talking and he's using his hands and he's clapping at the woman when he's talking to her, and just same example, do you consider that to be sassy behavior?
Hell yeah. The most a man should be doing, if you do get mad and you want to move your hand, you should be banging on something.
I knew you was gonna say that, but go ahead. Go ahead. That's it.
And if you
He's
clapping
right.
your hands
He's right.
and pointing, you must be a pimp. You know what?
Sean, same question. If you witness,
what if there's nothing to bang on? What you banging on, yourself?
That's what I told you. The thing you should be doing
you bang
is
on the car part in the
You're
The
outside.
door,
You're in the middle of
put
a
holes
hallway.
in the
There's nothing
wall.
you're in the
there.
middle of a field. I hear you where there's nothing to
you
bang
punch
on.
a
What do you
wall
bang
in.
on? What do you
how
bang
you
on? Just
punching
bang
a
on the
yourself.
wall, you
car.
in the middle of the field, and that is Sean. Sean, if you overheard or witnessed a dude clapping his hands while talking to a girl, and telling her if he has to tell her one more time, he might have to put his hands on her. Do you consider that to be sassy behavior?
I don't know if I consider it sassy behavior. Um, I have to go with Bird. He's either trying to intimidate her or he's a fake tough guy.
Exactly.
Or sassy in the definition of what we talked about at
What
the
we talking
beginning, meaning
about?
defiant.
That's not sassy right
Could
there.
Yeah,
I
That's
say,
Lester.
That's not sassy. That's
No, it's
unbeatable.
Sean's turn. It's Sean's turn. Go ahead, Sean.
Gabe asked Sean a different question
No, I
compared to
didn't.
my question. It was nothing
No, it
about.
wasn't. It was the same one, Robbie.
Same
No, it
question.
was
I
nothing
might
about a
have used
woman at the
different
end.
words.
I didn't hear the woman at the end
Okay,
part.
well,
it has to. It's the attitude behind it. It's the
okay.
attitude behind it.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Timmy.
all I got.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Timmy and then Dude. Timmy, same question. If you witnessed or overheard a guy arguing with a woman and he's clapping his hands and he's telling her, if I have to tell you one more time, I might have to put my hands on you. Is that sassy behavior?
No, it's not.
It's
That
not?
is what Bird says, intimidation. Bird and Sean both say it's intimidation. That's exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to use your hand making sounds that's gonna intimidate along with you raising your voice and the way you hitting your hand is also intimidating, because you're projecting your your emotions and while you're yelling and your hand motion is doing the same as you speaking to them. So the harder you hit your hand, if I was a chick, I'd be afraid that he might hit me or he might beat me up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, Dude.
But you see how Gregory answered. Gregory said just bang all over stuff. That's intimidation.
Dude, same question.
Yo, if he gets all shenane on her, that's suspect. Because the only thing I picture a dude clapping his hands and doing all that is rolling the neck along, acting like shenane.
Okay.
Think about it.
All right.
That's all I see right there. When you say dude clapping and doing what he's doing and all,
It's
that's
feminine
my
stuff.
picture.
Yes.
All right. So when a woman, again, we're gonna bring it back. It's 9 o'clock, and we've been talking about this for a while. We're gonna bring it back. So if a woman calls a man sassy based upon the new gen definition, is that an assault on that man's manhood, Elijah?
It all depends what's the level on that man All right, loaded question. Good one, Dave. Loaded question. All depends with how that relationship is between that man and that woman. If that man said this is the type of relationship we're going to have, you don't call me this, you don't call me that. No, I'm not going to tolerate these type of labels and vice versa. And that's what they're built on. So 9 times out of 10, probably Sassy won't be the all and be all in that relationship. But the next relationship, Sassy might be a deal breaker. And in the next relationship, Sassy and used to call me Sassy once, but call me Sassy twice, then that's the end. You know what I mean? It all depends how the person is in the relationship. I can't put this on a general, universal stats. I can't. It's individual. Some like it doggy style, some like it flat back. Individual, man.
All right. Bert, you still with us?
Yeah.
Based upon the new gen definition of sassy, if a woman calls a man sassy, is that an assault on his manhood?
Yes. Based on the new wave definition of sassy, absolutely. Because we all spoke. You basically calling me a girl, or I'm acting like a girl, or I'm acting like a bitch, or I'm acting feminine. That is a direct attack on your masculinity.
You get it. You get it. Gregory, same question. Gregory, same question.
Agree, it's kind of a dig. So they're definitely trying to dig at your masculinity, but you don't have to take it so serious.
All right. Sean, same question.
I'm
Sean,
gonna have to agree.
yeah.
Yep. Good. I'm gonna have to agree with with Bird and Gregory.
All right. Timmy, did I go to you, Timmy? Same question. Based upon the new gen definition of sassy, if a woman calls you sassy, is that assault on your manhood?
Well, not for me, because I know who the hell I am. So, and you ain't gonna catch me doing no goddamn sassy bullshit anyway. So I don't. It doesn't pertain to me.
Okay. Dude, same question.
Oh yeah, it's an assault on definitely on the manhood, but how you respond to it is a whole different thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Robert, same question. Based upon the new gen definition of sassy, if a woman calls a man sassy, is that an assault on his manhood?
I mean, I can't say that is an assault on my manhood because for the simple fact is, you're calling me something that I know clear as day ain't me. So majority of the time, if you would have called me sassy, I would have probably laughed and walked away. You know, that tends to hurt the lady more because you didn't give her nothing in return. So it's how you respond to it. I just know I'm not gonna sit here and get upset about something that I'm not. So call me a fly, call me a piece of shit, call me that. You know, at the end of the day, you're saying these things to try to hurt my feelings, tear me down as a person. But it's not. Use this word carefully. It's not penetrating. It doesn't bother me. So I don't take it that way. But based on the person's character, if it applies to you, yeah, that's who you are.
If she's trying to break you down, like you just said,
She can't
she's
though.
deliberately,
My
but
my
her
my my
tactic is to break you down,
B. If I'm
right? That's the
confident
tactic.
in
That's
who
what they're
I
using it
am,
for, confident or not.
if
Nobody
I'm
wants to be
confident
with
in
a
who I
woman that's going to
am,
try to
you're
break them
not
down.
like right now. What you're saying to me is not penetrating because of it doesn't apply to me. That might hurt someone else's feelings. Doesn't hurt me. I've been
If
called
it
worse
doesn't fit,
things.
you must have quit.
I've been called worse things, and that
Right.
didn't break me as a man.
How'd that work out, though? How long were those relationships lasting for?
It ain't gonna
When you're
last
deliberately
because
being
I know who
effective, if
I
someone's
am.
trying to chop you down, that's somebody that you
I
don't
just
need
told you.
in
I
your
try
life.
to answer
Vice
it without
versa.
going into details. Basically, that's not me. So it doesn't fit. You know, it's not me.
Robert, I get you.
All right, Patsy.
Me
So we're
too.
gonna so we're gonna go to you, Patsy. We're gonna ask you. So based upon the new gen definition of what sassy is, if you call a man sassy for whatever reason, based upon the current definition, Are you trying to question this man's sexuality, his level of masculinity, his manhood, his ego? Do you think that's what you're doing when if you say that to a man based upon the new gen definition?
Like in general, I wouldn't even consider calling a man sassy. But if like me and him were talking and we were in a friends like had if I said it, it would be like in the context of friends playing around and stuff, but it wouldn't mean that it's just the conversation. If it's I wouldn't even say in a heavy conversation to tear them down. I'd rather say it in a joking way, and it's not in a context of being disrespecting him or nothing like that. But in general, that's the last thing I would be calling a man anyways.
Huh?
Yeah.
Tina, same thing. Based upon the new gen definition, if you refer to a man as sassy, are you trying to assault his manhood?
No, I don't think I'm trying to assault his manhood. I'm gonna be clear. I wouldn't tell a man he was being sassy. I would just tell my friends he did some sassy shit. I wouldn't say that to him.
So tell your friends so they can tell everybody else.
See,
Tell a friend.
not hating, but that's what a guy would expect. Or if something like that happened, clowning with a girl or something like that. I see them doing that because we do the same shit.
Yeah,
we don't use the word sassy. We refer to them though. All right, G, was you finished? Gina?
Sorry, I keep getting a call. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it to demasculate a man, but I can see how it can be that way. But I mean, it's just the energy that you're giving. If you're giving feminine energy, then I'm not gonna respect you.
Kiana, same question based upon the new gen definition. If you call a man sassy, do you think that's an assault on his manhood?
I mean, I guess yes, because it's basically telling somebody that they're acting like a guy that he's acting like a female. So yeah, I think it's definitely assault on the man's manhood.
All right, now let me just bring it back to this, and everybody please be
Although,
quiet and just.
it's not something that I would do.
Oh, I'm sorry, Key. So let me just ask you this: if they're telling you, basically all the men, the majority of the men said on this panel tonight, the word sassy is equivalent to calling them a bitch. All the men in agreement say aye.
Aye,
Yeah.
aye.
Aye.
All right. So again,
13 eyes.
for those that didn't say it for whatever reason, that's be comfortable with who you are. So based upon hearing that, if you call a man sassy, are you calling him a bitch, Kiana?
If that's what they believe, then yeah, it is.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you now.
Yeah.
So if a
I
man
said
say
yes.
don't call me sassy, because that's like that's the same as you calling me a bitch, and you go and you do it anyways, is that an assault on his manhood?
Just
You already answered that.
That's what I just said.
I want to fight.
Oh, you want to fight? Okay, yep, there you go. You heard her.
Thank you. Because you know that word is going to trigger something.
Yeah. That's why they say it.
All right.
You're looking to pick a fight. Just like if I called another man a bitch, I'm calling you a bitch because I'm calling you out to fight.
So if your man or if another man, let's just sum this up, ladies, right? If a man that you don't know or a man that you're dealing with, and he refers to you, if he said to you, yo, you're being a bitch. Stop acting like a bitch. Would that offend you, Gina?
Absolutely.
Okay. Kiana, would that offend you?
But I'm not gonna fight with him when if he says it. Like I'm not gonna be like it's not gonna be an argument. I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay.
Because you only gotta disrespect me
Can
one
you
time.
repeat the question?
If a man that you don't know or a man that you're dealing with tells you, yo, you being a bitch, stop acting like a bitch, would that offend you?
He says that to me?
Yeah, said it to you.
He says that to me?
He said that to you.
We're fighting.
Oh yeah.
We're
There you go.
fighting. We're
Okay.
fighting.
Okay.
I don't.
Even
Period.
though you know you ain't a bitch, but just that word enough will trigger
What?
some
Even though
shit.
what?
Yeah.
Even if you know you're not
What
that,
did
like
you say?
Yeah.
so many people say, I know I'm not that, so I don't let that bother me.
You don't call
You know
me
you're
no
not that.
goddamn bitch.
Right.
You don't know
You know
me.
you ain't one.
You don't know me
But
to
the fact that
disrespect
they
me.
made
So
that comment, right?
But we talking
I
about
know
this
I
could
know
be
a couple of
this could
people.
be your
I
significant
know a
other
couple of
as
people
well.
that went underneath the damn table for calling that woman a bitch. 2 people called that woman bitches. They was underneath the motherfucking table.
All right, Timmy, don't.
no, I don't like word bitch. Bitch is a fighting word to me, and that's it. I don't give a shit if I don't know you. I know you. No,
All right.
that's a fighting word.
Patsy, same thing.
Yeah, I would be offended, but my response to him, I'd be like, yeah, I'm a bitch, but I'm not your bitch.
I know that's right, Patsy.
But see,
and the key word is what the women should have paid attention to most.
Now, Patsy, no
He said you're acting like a bitch. He didn't literally.
It doesn't. That's okay.
I
So
know,
let's
it
reverse.
doesn't matter.
Let's reverse it and say you're acting like a bitch. Now, what if she said you're acting like a bitch?
A woman have said that. A woman, see, women. When women come out to say the most harshest and meanest things, they're hoping they can tear the man's spirit, break him down to a piece of shit. When men come out and when men come out and say some of the tragedy things to women, it's because they're trying to tear them down to the bottom too. So when someone say you're acting like something, they're saying you're acting like something. You know what the word act like means? Act. And he didn't literally come out and say, you fucking bitch. He said you're acting like a bitch.
Said that.
Yes, he did.
He said you're acting like a bitch.
Shit, Rod, that made me want to fight you.
Y'all
You said that
the dude
shit.
said you're acting like a bitch or you're being a bitch.
I don't know.
He didn't say
it's still the same
maybe
thing.
you didn't hear me.
I mean, you know, if y'all take
You
it
can't
that way,
even say
it is.
you still can't you can't say bitch at all. Don't say I'm acting like one. Don't
So
say
then
I'm
that
being a
goes back to
bitch.
a lady. It should be equal grounds. A lady should not be in their car driving with road rage and be like, bitch, get the fuck out my way. Because you guys do that. And men tend to do the shit. So who are you to sit up on this platform and not like no one can do that to you, but you're doing it to them?
I don't know about people with road rage. I see a lot of stuff when I drive.
Yes, I know a lot of women that does it too.
Okay.
But I see it while my window's closed. I don't be like yelling at the window.
And saying somebody is acting like a
be
bitch
yelling
is different thing.
That's worse.
Road rage, you can lose your life calling someone names. They can just roll their window down and blow your glass out.
Let's bring it back to what we're talking
They
about.
follow you down.
Let's bring it back to what we're talking about.
You're going to follow the wrong person.
That is what we're talking about.
Let's
You
bring
hear
it
them
back to what
answering
we're
it?
talking about. Gregory,
They know if they call somebody a B, they're liable to lose their life in the streets.
Gregory,
the same way they say they're gonna fight.
Hold on, I'm gonna load it.
All right, guys, we got one more video. So everybody pause your phone, hold your comments. I guess this could put things into, bring it back to focus.
Yeah, good looking, bro. Let me get this right, bro. Yeah, good looking, bro. Yes, sir.
A straw? You serious right now?
What you mean?
That's mad sassy. You might as well just start a laugh tech business for all that.
How that sassy?
Nah, you're out. You're
You want to
out.
be clean?
Nah, you're out. You're done. You're done.
What the fuck? Oh, what's up?
What you doing here?
Ain't shit. I'm just getting some food and shit. You feel me? You know that.
To do what? What you doing?
Oh, I be cooking and shit. Facts. Where I know to cook.
Hey, Yo, boys.
What?
That's mad sassy. You gonna cook that?
Yeah, I cook. I can't meal prep and shit.
What are you gonna do next? Make your own lunches for work? Nah.
How you? What you mean by that though? Niggas can't cook.
You're done.
How?
Outside for it. We was just right upstairs.
Nigga, I need to breathe.
Breathe? What are you trying to do? Get some fresh air?
Niggas can't get fresh air no more. What's wrong with that?
No, that's mad sassy.
Participants, what?
You gotta be kidding
Alright.
me. You can't
So,
cook.
again-
You can't go get air.
Again, this is
That
gonna
was
be
just a joke.
It
It wasn't really
That's
serious.
So wait, that's
scripted
that's the
shit.
whole
Role
point.
playing.
That's the whole point, you guys.
That's that role.
Yeah, they're performing, but that is how the new gen. That's their perspective on those things. You see the thing with the straw. See the thing with the cooking. See the thing with the dude trying to avoid an argument, so he wanted to go outside to get air. You see, anything where what they don't agree with, that is considered to be sassy. See how idiotic that is? See how crazy that is?
Many of these new generation women ain't been raised with a man in their household to know what a real man is. Many women are looking for, if they had a man raising them, would be looking for that protector or provider and not looking to emasculate him if he does something wrong or call him out his name. These new generation girls, I think, are looking for fights and,
I was
they're
about
just
to tell
looking
you,
for the
B.
problem.
I'm about to tell you because some of them was raised with a father in the house. The father did not cook. The mother did all the cooking. If the father got mad, if the father got mad, instead of him taking a break and go get some fresh air, he bust the mother's ass instead. So this is what
That
the
was
girl's
back in the
looking for.
70s.
Yeah, this is
Looking
what the
to get
girl's
her
looking
ass
for.
bust?
This is what I'm trying to tell you. The girl's looking for. Don't run outside and get air. Fuck me up. Don't cook no food. I'm supposed to be doing that as a woman. You ain't supposed to be doing the female stuff. And you're drinking out of straw?
Well,
That's
telling him, look,
strange to
babe,
her.
you don't got to cook. I know you work. Let me take care of that. That's a different approach. You ain't calling them sassy. You're making them understand that, no, babe, I don't need you to cook. I got you. You work, 2 jobs and 12-hour days. You shouldn't have to come home and cook.
Listen,
Your lunch is ready. Your dinner's ready.
Everything that girl was saying was on point on that skit, man. Everything that dude was doing was soft as tissue, man. Real talk. Everything. Yeah, so what? We all know how to cook. Let's be real. We were supposed to get a female to help us out with that. Why? Because we work.
So why is there so many male chefs? Are they all sassy?
Yes.
They all
All right, so I guess restaurants are out the way. Everybody should be eating at home. That sounds
I
about
love
as
a man
dumb
that
as
can
dumb
cook.
could be.
I don't know what that lady's talking about. I love a man that can cook.
I'm gonna
I
say
love
this
a man
again.
that can walk away.
I'm gonna say this again. The world is bigger than your perspective. This is a culture thing. When you look at it in the culture thing, you won't put yourself in the middle. In the culture thing, it don't matter if a man in your whatever generation, if you cook or not cook, or if you sip through a straw, it's different culture, different generation. And if you want to call the youth or the younger, the new generation, they saying it's sassy. Now I agree with
think it's upon generations to point out dumb stuff so it doesn't continue to the next generation.
You can't stop that. Then you ain't learning from the next. Wow, you ain't learning from the next generation. It's not. You know who you have to point at? You have to point at yourself. That's why you can never point at the next generation saying, "Oh, you did this wrong." No, you got to put yourself saying, you know what, we fucked up on not passing this by, or we're not passing the education or enough knowledge of self to the next generation. So that's where that comes in.
That blames somebody else's parent. But I raised my son to be different. So no, I don't think so.
Oh
so
my
any
God.
of that stuff
it's a
is
culture.
dumb.
It's a
What do you mean culture? Culture where almost everybody on here is black. So what culture are you talking about?
Okay. Well, calm down, first of all. Calm down. It's not personal. Somebody hit a button in your personal life. We talk in general. It's not about you. It's not about me. We're talking general. So calm down. We don't need no yelling. Let's calm down.
That was not yelling. I just asked you what culture are you talking about. Be specific.
On the tone. I will. On the tone. Cool. This is what I'm talking
about. That's how she talk.
Nah, I'm just saying, but I'm not talking like that. So I'm not yelling. I'm talking on a certain level because I respect in the sense of it's just a topic. It's not personal.
So
What
what
I'm
culture
saying,
is
Conversation.
it?
what I'm saying on culture, in the sense of you have black culture, you have white culture, you have Puerto Rican culture. All of them live in the hood. All of them live in a neighborhood that's low income. Everybody have their own different way of household of doing things. When you bring that outside of your household, you start your own household, your own relationship, you're going to carry that baggage or that culture with you. And this is where wires get crossed because people have different cultures. Bird saying it lovely. A lot of females stayed with a lot of, sometimes dads wasn't around consistently. So they trying to do what they can on figuring out what a real man is. Same thing with guys. They haven't been around real mothers. So they try to figure out what a real woman is in a female. But that's all culture in the sense of, if you have, I hate to go back ancient history stuff, but if you have a race of people, black people, who only became fathers no more than like in the what? Real talk, in 1866, 1867, you can now start a family while every other culture already had a family. That's going to make a significant on what's really a real man is, what's really a real dad is. And that's the culture.
Okay. All right. So let me get so Sean, let me get your last words basically. So based upon that video and stuff like that, uh I don't know, what would you say to those women that subscribe to that type of behavior? What advice could you give them?
Okay. Just looking to start something because there was nothing that brother did that was crazy. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you look at the scenario when he was in the grocery store, I mean, him cooking for himself, he was probably single. They ran into each other. Him being upstairs having an argument with them or with his girl, he'd rather walk away and get some fresh air than to go upside her head.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Or be
I
embarrassed
can't
in the
recall,
store.
right, I can't remember what the other
Straw.
scenario was.
He was drinking a soda with a straw.
I mean, we grew up doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You go
Mm-hmm.
to the corner store. They used to give you the soda with the
The
brown paper
straw with
bag and
the
throw a straw in it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. I mean, everyone's perspective is what it is. So
Mm-hmm. All
wasn't
right.
nothing sassy to
All
me
right.
about it.
Dude, what based upon that advice, based upon that video what you just saw, and that woman just perceived everything that man did or that young man did as being sassy. What advice could you give him and others?
I think he was just doing that. Well, even though it was a skit, yeah. Mm, that's borderline. I don't even want to talk about that one. That one's borderline.
So what would you say to any man real life that was subjected to that type of behavior?
Leave her.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Timmy, same thing based upon the video. What would you tell that young man and other men that has to be subjected to that type of behavior?
Yeah, well, that's up to him if he wants. See, because you can't tell no one what to do. You can only suggest, right? So if that's you give a person your suggestion about how you feel, and if they take it, they take it. If they don't, then hey, that's on him. That's how I look at it. When I say things to people, I'm just suggesting, or if they take it, they take it. If they don't, they don't. Hey, I did my job by informing.
All right. Gregory, same question based upon that video and that young lady's behavior towards her encounters with that young man. What would you tell him, and what would you tell others that are subjected to that?
Oh, I'm gonna tell the young man to run, run as far as you can, get away.
Mm-hmm. Robert, same question.
Well, I know this was an exercise for a reason. And many young people's households or them just dating and messing around in their parents' house with the other. Could you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought somebody said something like they couldn't hear me. I would tell the lady and all the little females around the world, you better hope you can find somebody like this young man that knows how to meet you halfway in the kitchen, cook a meal or a good one, knows how to walk
A
away
better
from a
one.
yes, knows how to walk away from an argument without putting his hands on you. Knows how to maybe drink out of a straw so he won't suck off a dirty can or a bottle and then kiss you with the germs. You should appreciate that this
Ah,
listen, there could be reasons why he was using that straw, or maybe it's just his preference. And who the hell are you to tell me he can't use a straw? You suck on a lollipop, he drinks out on a straw. You suck off a popsicle, he drinks off a straw.
Be careful.
Now, as I go on to say is they need to appreciate somebody that's gonna meet them in the kitchen, walk away from an argument to get that 10 minutes of fresh air or more. And if he chooses to use a straw, not so what? I've seen worse.
Hey Bobby,
Um,
try to tell the
for the men that is dealing with a woman, which I know is just an exercise that she was trying to show you the things a man really should be doing, and women just naggy over things like that. This is to bring out the better of men, period, young men. That's why I took the exercise. So all you men, take heed to what this young man was doing to make you a better man, not only for that woman, maybe the kids you're gonna have with her, and
She couldn't appreciate that.
if that doesn't work and she's not appreciating you walking away from an argument so you it won't become physical, she's not appreciating you meeting her in the kitchen halfway or all the way, or just because you want to drink off a straw and she doesn't like it, then you can go find somebody else in this world that's going to appreciate all of those qualities.
Okay. Bert?
My advice to him is, again, he tried to walk away. She followed him outside to keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
just somebody that's conducive to your well-being and your lifestyle. You don't need
Yeah.
anyone like that,
One
and
him
vice
and
versa.
smack
Not
her.
just the guy, but and to add to that, many of these new generation women have been birthed by a teenager, maybe, that don't have no knowledge on life, that
Mm-hmm.
watch them not respect men. You get what I mean? So a lot of this, again, is learned behavior that we have learned from, this new wave generation of children out here are being birthed by kids still, that don't have experience in life, that have gone in and out of bad relationships. Young mothers don't really keep good, steady relationships because, the hurt that they've been put through. So there's no trust, there's no belief, there's no this, there's no that. There's many other avenues of why some women are this way, but it's a lot of learned behavior. If you're a disrespectful woman, you've been raised by a disrespectful woman. A woman that teaches you respect and honor and all of this, and vice versa with a man. You grow up to be a good man by being raised by a good father. And some
Right.
people can be great men without a father. Some people have done what Bob said is break the cycle. Some people have not had the pleasure of having a man in their house and become amazing men. But the sad part is too many men have failed as men because they weren't taught by a man.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it could go up or down. Some people can break that cycle and know they didn't have a good man in their life and grow up to being an amazing man. And there's some women that are growing up to have struggled with a mother and a father and have risen beyond the occasion to be an amazing woman. So that could happen. You could either break the cycle or you can be the cycle. And that's where the decision in these people come out. You got a person
Right.
that's that disrespectful to you, make a decision. Make a decision before you lay down and make a baby with this man. You knew he wasn't shit. I'm sorry. You saw the signs. You didn't want to see him because maybe you were in lust or in love or whatever you want to call it. You knew he wasn't shit. Two or three other kids he don't see, but he's spending every day with you. He ain't shit. You know he ain't shit, but you think you're gonna change him. These other two, three women that had his babies didn't change him. You better wake up. You ain't gonna change him either.
And most likely they're informing her. They're informing her when he's there because he's gone back before. So
And
they're
there's
all
pieces of shit out here that abuse women.
Yeah.
And they're too afraid to get away. There's scumbag bastards that beat women.
Well said. Well said.
But won't fight another man, but will beat that woman's ass if she says something slick, but you ain't gonna fight a man.
All right, Patsy. What advice would you give to that young man and that young lady? Patsy, turn your mic on. All right, while Patsy's doing that, Gina, you still with us?
She went to the back.
Yeah, I'm still here.
What advice would you give that young lady and that young man?
I would tell the young man to run because there's nothing wrong with cooking. There's nothing wrong with drinking a soda with a straw in it. Like, there's nothing wrong with walking away. But I think this younger generation has both female and men. They just have this different outlook on what relationships should be and how men should act and how females should act towards each other. So, I mean, I would tell him to run, and she just need guidance because she don't know no better.
Well said, well said. Brief but brilliant. Patsy, you back with us?
Yeah, I just realized I had my phone on mute. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Damn you, Patsy.
What type of advice would you give to that young lady and that young man?
I would say, to the girl, chill out, relax. It ain't all that serious because, like it was said, we drank out of a can with a straw in it when we were growing up. So she need to chill about that. That ain't nothing. That
I ain't
ain't
drinking no damn can of soda with
nothing.
no straw.
Let her finish, guys. Go ahead, Patsy.
And as far as cooking or anything else like that, it's like, come on, just if you want to help cook, let them help cook. Not that you can't cook it all or just whatever, and stop having such an attitude. And then for the guys, if you got a girl that keeps having that kind of attitude and calling you sassy and this and that and kind of like bringing you down and with arguments and stuff like that, hit the road. Leave her alone.
Okay, well said, well said. Duchess, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
What type of advice would you give that young man and that young woman?
Leave chicks like that alone. Keep doing what you're doing. Who's for you will be for you. For her, I would say get your priorities straight because stupid stuff like that don't count in the long run of a relationship. So get better priorities.
And I gotta jump in real quick, David. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, right? And if any man disagrees, then he better take a look in the mirror.
Okay. All right.
Beside every good man, I mean, we ain't shit without a good woman.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be brutally honest. I mean, we all have our flaws, and vice versa. Women may need that balance. It's that yin and that yang. And so, you got somebody that's gonna support you and be by your side through good, bad, and ugly. But to be honest, I gotta say, we really ain't shit without a good woman next to us.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna end the show with this. I've said it before. Attitude equals aptitude. If you think a certain way, you behave a certain way. So this type of way of thinking of the new gen where this new definition is concerned regarding sassy, that's why they have dictionaries, because words have meaning. They need to be used in the proper context. So again, it's due to interpretation. If you find that these women of the new gen does not represent you, then you need to provide proper guidance and tutelage. This has been the Still a Man podcast. Thank you. Good night.